Let's do a self-exploration meditation on the Atma's play. The Atma's play has been called Leela by Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita. Let's attempt to understand this Leela. Allow the waker to look around. Keeping the eyes of the waker open, allow the waker to look around. This is the so-called waking state. The waking state consists of the waker, the waker's world, as well as the witness of the waker and waker's world. The waker and the waker's world seem to be in the waking state, while the witness seems to be outside of the waking state, looking in. Dive deeper into this and see if this is true in your direct seeing, or is it simply an assumption? The waker's world appears to be outside the border of the skin of the waker. Dive deeper into this and see, is this true or is this an assumption? Now allow the eyes of the waker to close. The waking world scene, probably of the room, disappears. Yet the image of the room is still there in the mind. The connection between the eyes and the waking world scene has broken. Yet the scene of the room remains at the mental level. Technically, the image of the room should have dissolved completely when the connection broke between the eyes of the waker and the waking world scene. But this did not happen. So, where is the sense of sight really? Is the sense of sight in the mind? Is the waking room in the mind? If the waking world is not in the mind, then how can the sight of that waking world be in the mind? If you say that the sense of sight is in the mind, then you are implying that the eyes of the waker, as well as the waking world that they see, are also in the mind. This is because the waker's eyes and the waking world seen must be at the same level for the process of seeing to happen. If the waker is in the mind, if the waking world is in the mind, then it means that the waking state is in the mind. Shun the idea of the existence of the physical. Is the sense of sight really in the mind? Is the waker really in the mind? Is the waking world really in the mind? Is the waking state really in the mind? The mind is only thought. Is the sense of sight only a thought? Is the waker only a thought? Is the waking world only a thought? Is the waking state only a thought? If they are all thoughts, how does one thought see another thought? Is a thought conscious enough to perceive another thought? Is that even possible? If that is not possible, then could the sense of sight be in the mind while the waker, the waking world, and the waking state be external to the mind? Then, in that case, how can a thought see that which is not at the thought level? Is a thought conscious enough to see anything? If not, then how would the two levels connect? The room scene at the external physical level and the thought of the sight of the room at the internal mental level. How would these two levels connect? There is a missing link. Are you able to identify the link? Maybe the answer lies in the dream state. In the dream character, and the dream world, along with the process of the dream character seeing the dream world. All our thoughts simply mental thoughts. Not only sight, but sound, smell, taste, and touch are all thoughts. Can the so called waking state be the same? Simply thoughts. If the waking room scene, the eyes that see the waking room scene are all thoughts, then the connection has been established. In your direct seeing, are you able to recognize them all as simply thoughts? Is there a recognition that the dreamer equals to the dream world, equals to the dream state, which equals to the dream perceptions, sensations, thoughts, and feelings, which equal to only thought? Is there a realization that the sleeper is equal to the darkness world, is equal to deep sleep state, is equal to the absence of perceptions, sensations, thoughts, and feelings? That is equal to a thought. a deep sleep thought. Is it your direct realization that the waker is equal to the waking world, is equal to the waking state, is equal to the waking perceptions, sensations, thoughts, and feelings, is equal to thought? Waking is a thought of manifestation. Dream is a thought of manifestation. Deep sleep is a thought too. That is also a thought of the manifestation of the absence of waking and dreaming. All three thoughts are the manifestation of the Atma, the play of the Atma, Atma's Leela. The unmanifest is that into which the three thoughts dissolve. The unmanifest is that from which the three thoughts reappear. The unmanifest is ever undisturbed by the manifest. This is the Leela. The unmanifest always rests in its pure glory. the manifest plus the unmanifest are all but the Atma. Ask yourself this question: am I able to recognize the beauty of manifestation as well as unmanifestation in my own Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana? The culmination of Swapna Nidra Jnana Sadhana is the recognition that all is the Atma. All is the Atma. All is the Atma.